I'm 70 years old, and I'm about to tell you something that might upset you. Everything you think you know about building a good life is completely wrong. Society lied to you. Your parents lied to you. Your teachers lied to you. Not because they were cruel, not because they wanted to hurt you, but because they didn't know any better. They handed you the same broken map that was handed to them. They told you that if you worked hard, stayed busy, kept your head down, and kept pushing forward, everything would fall into place. And you believed it. I believed it too. For 47 years, I believed it. Let me tell you about the first half of my life. I did everything right. I got the degree. I showed up early. I stayed late. I climbed the ladder. I earned the promotions. I bought the house in the good neighborhood. I paid the bills on time. Every time. I mowed the lawn on Saturday mornings. I washed the car on Sunday afternoons. I never missed a deadline. I never complained. I never caused problems. People respected me. My boss trusted me. My neighbors nodded at me when I pulled into the driveway. My parents were proud. Everyone thought I had it together. From the outside, I looked successful. From the inside, I felt nothing. I was hollow, numb, empty. Like I was watching my own life through a window. Like I was waiting for something to start. Waiting for permission to feel alive. Waiting for the moment when all this hard work would finally pay off and I could breathe. But that moment never came. I just kept going. Because that's what you do, right? You keep going. You don't ask questions. You don't stop. You don't complain. You just keep going. I'm not telling you this because I think I'm some wise old man. I'm not telling you this because I want you to feel sorry for me. I'm telling you this because I'm running out of time. And if I don't say this now, it'll be too late. For me. And for you. You think you have decades ahead of you. You think you'll fix things later. You think someday you'll slow down, reconnect, start living the life you actually want. But someday never comes, I know. Because I waited for it my entire life. I kept telling myself, just get through this year. Just finish this project. Just make it to the next promotion. Then I'll take a break. Then I'll travel. Then I'll spend time with the people I love. Then I'll start living. But the years kept passing. And I kept waiting. And before I knew it, I was 47 years old, and I had nothing to show for it except a resume and a mortgage. Let me tell you about the day everything changed. I was 47. It was a Tuesday. I remember because I was supposed to present to the board that afternoon. Big presentation. Important clients. The kind of meeting that could make or break your career. I was sitting at my desk, coffee in one hand, spreadsheet open on my computer, going over the numbers one more time, making sure everything was perfect. My chest started to feel tight. Just a little. Like someone was pressing down on my sternum. I thought it was stress. I thought it was anxiety about the presentation. I ignored it. Then the room tilted. The ceiling started spinning. Slow at first. Then faster. The fluorescent lights blurred into streaks. My coffee cup slipped out of my hand. I heard it shatter on the floor, but I couldn't look down. I tried to stand, but my legs wouldn't move. My arms felt like concrete. Someone screamed my name. I think it was Janet from accounting. I don't remember hitting the floor. The next thing I remember is the ambulance. The siren. The bumps in the road. A paramedic leaning over me, asking me questions I couldn't answer. Then the hospital room, fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. That awful sterile smell. Cold tubes in my arms. More tubes in my chest. Machines beeping in rhythm with my heart. A heart that was barely working. A nurse stood over me. Her face was blurry. I couldn't focus. I heard her say something about my wife. About calling her. About getting here as fast as she could. Someone was crying in the hallway. I didn't know who. I thought I was dying. And in that moment, lying in that bed, staring at that spinning ceiling, listening to those machines. Beep, I realized something that crushed me. If I had died that day, I wouldn't have left behind anything that mattered, not one thing. I spent 47 years on autopilot. I wasn't living. I was existing. I was checking boxes. I was following instructions. I was chasing approval from people whose names I can't even remember now. I was delaying life until some magical moment that never arrived. Every morning I woke up and asked myself the same question. What do I need to do today? Not, what do I want to do today? Not, who do I want to see today? Not, what would make me feel alive today? Just, what needs to get done. And I did it. Every single day. For 47 years, I lived my entire life in the future. Always planning. Always preparing. Always waiting for the right time. I thought the finish line was real. I thought if I worked hard enough, long enough, sacrificed enough, I'd finally earn the right to rest, to enjoy, to live. But the finish line kept moving. First it was, after I get this promotion. Then it was, after I pay off the car. Then, after I pay off the house. Then, after the kids graduate. Then, after I build up the retirement fund. Then, after I get the next promotion. It never stopped. The goalpost kept moving. And I kept chasing it. The ladder was always there. I kept climbing, rung after rung, higher and higher. I never looked down. I never looked around. I just kept climbing. I never stopped to ask if it was leaning against the right wall. And by the time I realized it wasn't, I was already halfway up. I had a friend. His name was Tom. Tom was the guy everyone admired. Big house in the hills. Expensive car. Corner office with a view. He worked 70-hour weeks. Weekends too. Vacations were just emails from a different time zone. He'd sit on the beach with his laptop. He'd take calls during his daughter's recital. He'd miss dinner because of conference calls with Tokyo. He used to say, "I'll slow down next year." He said that for 20 years. Tom died at 52. Heart attack. At his desk. On a Thursday afternoon. His assistant found him slumped over his keyboard. At his funeral. His daughter stood up to speak. She was 26. Pretty girl. Looked just like him. I'll never forget what she said. I don't really know who my dad was. He was always working. I have memories of him, but they're all blurry. Like he was never fully there. Even when he was there, he wasn't there. I wish I knew him. I wish he'd wanted to know me, she cried. Then she sat down. That was it. That was his legacy. A daughter who didn't know him. A wife who spent 30 years sleeping next to a stranger. A career that replaced him 2 weeks after he died. Is that the legacy you want? Is that what you're building toward? I'm 70 now, and I can tell you exactly what haunts me. It's not the risks I took. It's the risks I didn't take. It's not the mistakes I made. It's the things I never tried. It's the trip to LA I never booked because I was too busy. It's the phone calls I never made to my brother because I'd call him later. He died 3 years ago. I never called him later. It's the words I never said to my wife because I assumed she knew. I assumed she'd always be there. I assumed I had time. It's the decades I spent working on projects that don't exist anymore. Companies that went under. Presentations no one remembers. Meetings that meant nothing. Reports that got filed away and forgotten. I traded my life for a paycheck. I traded my time for approval from people who forgot about me the day I retired. I traded my health for a job that replaced me in 3 weeks, and no one even remembers what I did. My kids don't remember the presentation I missed their birthday for. They don't remember the promotion I was working toward when I missed their games. They just remember that I wasn't there. Do you know what I remember most from my 47 years of working? Nothing. It's all a blur. A gray, monotonous blur of days that bled into each other. Meetings. Emails. Deadlines. projects, budgets, reports. I can't remember a single meeting that mattered. I can't remember a single project that changed anything. I can't remember a single deadline that was actually important, but I can tell you every single moment I missed with my family. I can tell you about the time my daughter asked me to read her a bedtime story, and I said, "Not tonight, honey. Daddy has work to do." I can tell you about the time my son asked me to play catch, and I said, "Maybe this weekend." I can tell you about the time my wife asked me to take a walk with her, and I said, "I'm too tired." I remember all of those moments, because those are the moments I can't get back. Let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this. If you died tomorrow, would you be satisfied with the life you've lived so far? Not the life you're planning to live, not the life you tell yourself you'll live someday, the life you're living right now. Today, would you be satisfied? Would you be proud of how you spent your time? Would the people at your funeral know who you really were? Would they have stories to tell about you? Real stories, not work stories. Stories about who you were when you weren't trying to impress anyone. Would your kids say they knew you? Would your partner say you were present? Would your friends say you showed up? Or would they stand up and say what Tom's daughter said? I don't really know who they were. Think about that. Really think about it, because that moment is coming for all of us. And you don't get to choose when. Here's what I wish I'd done differently. Here's what I'd tell my 30-year-old self if I could go back. Stop doing these things. Stop impressing people who won't be at your funeral. Stop working for the approval of people who don't even know your middle name. Stop trading your health for money you'll spend trying to get your health back. Stop waiting for permission to live your life. Stop saying, "I'll do it next year," when you mean "I'm scared to do it now." Stop prioritizing work over the people you love. Stop pretending you have unlimited time. Stop scrolling past your life. Stop numbing yourself with distractions. Stop running from the hard conversations. Stop delaying joy. Start doing these things. Call your parents today, not later. Today. Ask them about their childhood. Record their voice. You'll want it someday. Book the trip. Even if it's not the right time, there is no right time. There's only now. Say the hard thing you've been avoiding. Apologize. Confess. Ask. Whatever it is. Say it. Spend time with people who make you feel alive, not people who make you feel successful. Alive.do something that scares you. Take the risk. Start the business. Write the book. Ask them out. Whatever it is. Do it. Turn off your phone for one whole day. Just one. See what happens. Sit in silence. Listen to your own thoughts. Figure out what you actually want. Stop waiting for retirement to start living. Retirement is not a reward. It's just the last chapter before the book closes. Live now, not someday. Now you know what no one tells you. The older you get, the faster time moves. When you're 20, a year feels like forever. When you're 40, a year feels like 6 months. When you're 70, a year feels like a week. I blinked and I was 50. I blinked again and I was 60. Now I'm 70 and I'm blinking faster. You think you have time. You think you'll fix things later. You think you'll start living after you finish this one thing, but there's always one more thing, and before you know it, you're my age, sitting in a chair, staring at the ceiling, wondering where it all went. I wasted 47 years chasing a life I thought I was supposed to want. I climbed the ladder. I earned the money. I bought the things. I got the respect, and when I finally woke up, half my life was gone. I had everything I was told to want, and I had nothing I actually needed. You think you're different. You think you have time. You don't. None of us do. The clock is ticking. Right now, while you're watching this, while you're nodding along, while you're thinking, "Yeah, but I'll change things next month." The clock is ticking, and it doesn't stop. Not for you. Not for me. Not for anyone. Someday is today. It always has been. I'm 70 years old. I don't have much time left, maybe 5 years. Maybe 10 if I'm lucky, and I'm spending what's left trying to undo the damage I did in the first 47. I'm calling my kids. I'm spending time with my wife. I'm taking the trips. I'm saying the words. I'm living, but I can't get those years back. You can. You still have time. Not as much as you think. But some, don't waste it like I did. Don't wait until you're lying in a hospital bed to realize you are climbing the wrong ladder. Don't wait until you're 70 to start living. Start now, today, this moment, because this moment is all you have. If this hit you, share it. Someone you know needs to hear this. Subscribe to this channel. I have more truths to tell you. Hard truths. Uncomfortable truths. The kind of truths no one else will say, and I don't have much time left to say them. Don't waste yours.